Oh, Sharon, on the phone by mistake. Please turn it down so I can hear them. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right, I want to thank everybody for joining this meeting today, either in person or on Zoom virtually. I want you all to know that our meetings are recorded for documentation and reference purposes. By continuing to be a part of the LD meetings, you consent to being recorded. So if you have any questions or concerns, please see me. Okay, my slides. We have a jam-packed agenda for tonight, as usual. You know, we try to make it, but tonight we're gonna have a little interactive night. So that's why you guys are set up in your precincts and areas. But we will get to that later. First, we'll do the land acknowledgement. Sherry, sorry, putting you on the spot. Okay, LD12 Democrats acknowledge the land we gather on today is the ancestral homeland of indigenous nations that have inhabited these lands since time immemorial. We take this opportunity to thank the Hohokam, including the Akimal, O'odham, and Peepash peoples of the past, present, and future for their traditional care of this land and their resilience. Attached to this physical space is a painful history, a forced removal resulting in intentional genocide of its indigenous people. This history is important to all of us as a reminder not to cause further harm. We remain appreciative of our ability to teach, learn, and serve in a space of such importance and reverence. February is Black History Month, and I am really excited to introduce you all to Armani Jackson. She is a social justice activist and scholar who currently serves communities in Arizona. She served as the president of the NAACP Arizona State Conference Youth and College and was an appointed member to the NCAA National Youth Works Committee. She's also served as a fellow for Black Women Organized for Political Action, as well as being a fellow for the Institute for Citizens and Scholars. She is currently part of Arizona List as their abortion initiative director. She is the youth and college chair for the Arizona NAACP. She's a member of the Black Caucus for the Maricopa County Young Dems. And I'm happy to announce she's now a priestie in Alexander Precinct. Will you please help me welcome Armani Jackson? Right here. Okay. Awesome. How is everyone? You guys didn't sound too happy. How is everyone? Awesome. So my name is Armani D. Jackson. As mentioned, I am the Operations and Abortion Initiative Director for Arizona List. For those who don't know who Arizona List is, we are an organization that works to support, train, and elect pro-choice Democratic women to state and local office. And this election year, we plan to work with over 130 candidates. So that is what we have going on this year. But one of the things that I wanted to share as it is Black History Month is for us that live in this skin, Black history is not just a month. Black history is every day. Right now, I am actually living in my ancestors' wildest dreams as a Black woman who's working in politics. Over 100 years ago, I don't think any of our ancestors would have thought that I'd be standing here today, speaking to you all about what it is to be a Black woman in politics and what that looks like. As you can see, if you look around the room right now, there are two of us in this room. And so one of the things that we learned while I was at ASU, I was a part of the Sankofa program. I was actually the director of that program. Sankofa for the Black and African American community is something that we hold near and dear to our heart. We talk about looking backwards to move forward. I know a lot of times people say, well, why do we continue to talk about history? That is because history repeats itself, as we are seeing right now with the overturning of Roe v. Wade and all of the attacks on the LGBTQIA plus community, the Black community, and other communities that surround us. And so I want to take this time, I'm not going to take too much more of your time, but I want to take this time now to recognize the women that are in this room that I can see. And I say women because there are a lot of women in this room who have grabbed another Black woman to help her move forward. I can mention one right now is Melissa Westbrook. Melissa does take the opportunities at all times to not just bring in other Black people, but the LGBTQIA plus community, the Hispanic community, the Native American community, in any opportunity that she can, and allow them to take up space when needed, instead of her as a white woman taking up that space when she knows that there's someone that could speak more eloquently about the issues that are happening in their community, other than her talking about the issues that are happening in their community. And there are a lot of people in this space, I'm sure, that do the same. I encourage you all to continue to do so. Lean on your Native American, your Hispanic, your Latinx, your LGBTQIA plus community and your friends and your family, and continue to push each other forward. But as you're pushing each other forward, continue to look backwards on all of the things that happened in the past, the history that has written itself in the past, because when we do that, we can continue to look forward, we can lean on one another to look forward, and we can flip the ledge in 2024. That is all.
Thank you very much. Now we would like to take some time to see who is a first-time attendee of the LD12 monthly meeting. So if you could just raise your hand. Oh, we have a lot of people. No, I hope they have enough time. Hand you a goodie bag. It has a lot of information about what we do in the LD. And so what I just like to say is your first name, and if you know your precinct or city name. Jeremiah from Verona. See why we record this? So I'm gonna have this later. We'll go over here. Patty from Chandler. No, who else? Somebody over here. Okay. Who? Go ahead and tell me their names, Sherry, while you're back there. Renee from Chandler. Go ahead. Donna from Tempe. Diana from Tempe. Lydiana from Tempe. Okay, and then gentlemen in the back, John from Reserve, and you've been here. Go ahead, over there, Bill. Who's next to you? Yolanda and Frank from Ahwatukee. I think this is the most new people we've had at our meeting, so give yourself thank you very, very much. Okay. Did we get everybody? All right. Do you want to do the next one? Okay, and then Sherry's gonna recognize the elected officials that are in the room. But while we are doing that, don't forget you can buy your Bada Bing raffle basket tickets.
Okay. I only saw one elected official here today. Oh, sorry, Armando Montero, president of the Tempe Union Governing Board. Tyler Kissel, he is our Justice of the Peace for Tempe University Precinct. Randy Miller, did I get it right this time? Thank you, good. Anybody else I'm missing? No, all of the legislators are still down at the Capitol working on committee bills that are in committee at the moment. Do we have anybody online? Jennifer Germain, who is our Justice of the Peace for San Marcos Precinct, or Justice Precinct. And I think that's it.
You're waiting for me.
I am. All right, so this meeting, we decided to do things a little bit different. We have a lot of new volunteers and people that are newly involved with our LD. So we thought it was time that we get back to basics and regroup and start with our board introductions to make sure that everybody knows who we are and what it is that we do in the LD. So we'll start with our chair, Melissa.
Hi, everybody. I am Melissa Galarza. I am the chair of Legislative District 12. Some of the things that I do is help get speakers for the night. I work with the rest of my board members to make sure we get the agenda set, the printouts, even though they might need some spell checking occasionally. Help with just any other events or anything that's needed. And I just wanted to take this moment to say how much I appreciate the board members that I do have. They do an amazing job. We work well together, and I am looking forward to the rest of this election year. So sure.
I am Sherry Johnson. I am the first vice chair of LD12, and the things that I take care of are volunteers and PCs, and that encompasses everything from planning for events. Oh yes, a PC is a precinct committee person. They're the lowest level let me try that again. Lowest level elected official, and they represent at the precinct level. Different precincts have different numbers of PCs depending on their voter registration. And we have been doing a huge undertaking of getting signatures for all of our PCs that want to be PCs for 2024 to 2026. So thank you to everybody that's been gathering their signatures and turning in their paperwork to me. If you have it with you tonight, I will happily take it after the meeting.
I'm in the Ahwatukee precinct, by the way, and Sherry's in Sandia. Susie Thornton, she is online. She is our secretary. She is from the Hollis precinct. She does everything communications. She wrote very brief here, but let me tell you, she takes care of our calendar. She helps us with the newsletter. She keeps us on track. She's constantly texting, am I gonna get something for the newsletter? So she takes all of our wonderful notes for every meeting. She sets up every Zoom. So thank you, Susie. Jeff Tucker. I know, I'm just gonna get them to come back up here. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. I'm Joe Seeley. If you don't know me, there's lots of people in the room that I don't know and lots of people in the room that I do know. I'm the current treasurer of LD12, and I keep us out of trouble with the Secretary of State. So if you guys have any questions, want to sign up for recurring donations, talk to me, talk to Jeff. I live in Tempe. I'm in the Hollis precinct. Hey there, everybody. I'm Jeffrey Tucker. I have been an LD 18 or LD 12 or LD whatever we were before that. What's 20? It was 20. Yes, and I've been here for almost 20. Oh my gosh! Holy cow! It's gonna be like 18 years. Anyway, what I do on the board, I am basically an at-large member, and what does that mean? It means that I do a whole bunch of random stuff, mostly involving donations, recurring donors, but really it's whatever Melissa and Sherry ask me to do. So.
And bylaws.
Oh, and bylaws.
Oh, yeah, the only one that likes bylaws. Melanie Magasso, she is online as well. She is an at-large board member. She is from the Alexander precinct, and she helps with, we put on here, volunteer outreach. She also helps me collect candidate petitions. She helped me make PC petitions, and she does a lot of things and keeps us with lots of events and on track as well. So thank you, and that is your executive board. With that being said, the executive board has an open position for the second vice chair. And we would like to open the floor to anybody who would like to nominate themselves or nominate somebody else for the second vice chair. So I will call, are there any nominations for the second vice chair? Trust me, we do not bite. We are a good team. Is there any nominations for the second vice chair? Actually, according to our bylaws, the second vice chair will perform the duties of the chair during the absence or disability of the chair and the first vice chair, or in the event of a vacancy until a successor is elected, and they will perform duties as assigned by the chair or these bylaws. That's it. We don't assign specific things, but I will tell you, we're looking for somebody to help with events, PC outreach, and things like that. That's a good question. Paul White.
I would like to nominate Marion White.
Do you accept the nomination? Okay. Come on up, Mary. You have to come up here. And I do have to make one more call. If there's any additional nominations for the second vice chair. Okay. Hey, Jeff, I hope you are ready for if we need it. Okay. I know. We've made 3 calls for the second vice chair, but I do want to make sure, does anybody else want to have a nomination for the second vice chair? Okay, here you go.
Oh my gosh. Thank you very much. And I definitely have a great team, Melissa and Sherry and all of you. Well, thank you very much.
We will. I would like to get a nomination from one of the PCs on the floor. Go for it. Somebody make a motion. I'm sorry. Oh,
I'll nominate Marion White.
just call for a motion for acclamation to vote in Marion White.
I move we vote next. Second that.
Okay, Joe made a motion to approve or vote by acclamation for Marion White for second vice chair. Craig Velasco seconded it. And that's it.
All in favor.
Yay!
Bylaws person, Jeff. All right, it's approved. Congratulations. I know, here, let me give you the next slide. No. Sherry would like to congratulate.
We have 2 new PCs this go around. Let's congratulate Jeanette Caceres. She's here from Lakewood Precinct. And Armani Jackson from Alexander Precinct. So adding these 2, and we've had a couple move and resign and things of that sort, that brings our current number of PCs to 189 for LD12. You may wonder, what does that mean? Well, more PCs means that we get more state committee members, which in essence gives us power and leverage to have things done at the state level that we feel is important. Yes, it's a process. Yes, state committee meetings are sometimes fun. But that is why we push to have so many PCs. It really gives us an opportunity to guide the way that the state party goes. For those of you that are running to be PCs in 2024 to 2026, another reminder to please turn your petitions into me by the end of the week. If you have not done so, or you are just now finding out about becoming a PC and want to become one, let me know, and we have a way to help you do that without collecting signatures, since we're getting to that deadline. Janie?
What's the deadline for appointing?
That is April, well, let me rewind. Appointing current PCs for this term, which ends in October of 2024, is in August. And then we go to election, and then we cannot start appointing people until after reorg in January of 2025. So that means, and appointed PCs do not help us gain state committee members. Only elected and write-in PCs count towards how we determine how many state committee members we have.
But they can vote for delegates to the BNC.
Correct. And yes, all PCs are eligible to vote for LD leadership and things that we put to the PCs, like if we donate a certain amount of money to the Young Dems, or how much we want to spend on an event. All of that goes to the PCs. And as Janie mentioned, they are also able to vote for the delegates that will be selected to go to the National Convention in Chicago in August.
Anything else?
And now we're gonna get an update on Dems Give Back from Francine Bard.
Good evening, and thank you guys for your patience. I think there's a lot of, we're a little bit tired of giving back, and now it's election season, and now we have to give to all the candidates. But the Treasures for Teachers drive ended up, there's probably at least a dozen people who cleaned out closets and garages. So thank you very much from all the teachers out there. I've made about 3 trips to Treasures for Teachers, and I'm probably gonna have to make 2 or 3 more. So that's the good news. So we're kind of wrapping that up. If you still want to clean out your closet, I'm welcome. I'll still take it because I still go there. Yes.
Can I just say, have you been to the thrift store? I mean, if you don't want to give stuff to Goodwill, give it to Treasures for Teachers thrift store also.
Right.
I've been donating a lot to the better thrift store.
Yeah. We're doing more of the craft stuff for the teacher side. My cart is only so big. So I will definitely be going there tomorrow. All right, so in the meantime, I was helping someone with an estate, and they gave me a couple of boxes of cans to take over to the Kyrene Resource Center. Since we have so many new people, I'll explain. Kyrene Resource Center is a food bank and clothing bank for the Kyrene district. K through 8 students who attend Kyrene schools, their parents may go there once a month, and they can get gently used clothes. Some of it's new, and food. And when I got there, Irma, the gal who is the director of the Kyrene Resource Center, said, Francine, we're sending home 65 bags of food for kids who aren't eating over the weekend. You need to find me a group that's gonna sustain us till the end of the year. I'm like, I don't know one, but so I called one of our resources, and she got the Ahwatukee Women's Club. They took 2 carloads full of food over. I took a carload of food over. And so in the next month, if you guys can, I would love you to bring Rice Krispie treats or a box.
That's not it.
Yeah, that's it. A box of granolas. They had them on sale for $2. Fun. Everybody could buy a box of granola bars. I don't know. She had my heart going out because, as some of you know, I'm a retired teacher, and after some of my 7th graders grew up, and they came back and they're like, "Did you know I was homeless?" And I'm like, "No." You know, when you're a teacher and you have like 120 kids, you're just shuffling them through. So when Irma said that, I was hoping that maybe I could tug at your heartstrings. Anyways, that's kind of an aside. As most of you all know, so there's the picture. Oh, there are words. I also made a little sign if you want to just take a photo with your phone. And finally, the real drive, Sherry and I talked about it. We were trying to find an organization in Chandler. And it is on the Chandler-Tempe-Gilbert border. It's called My Sister's Place. And I've been working with them for about 10 years. And what I do is I bring things for the ladies. They host about 12 women. It's a domestic shelter. It has no address. And they host 12 women, but you never know, you know, they might have extended family or whatever. So these are the things they need: laundry detergent, bath towels, lotion, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, toilet paper, small dish soap. So I will post that on Slack as well. And we'll send it out in an email. Does anybody have any questions? So the other thing about saying that it's in Chandler, that does not mean that Tempe and Ahwatukee don't benefit from it, because all the organizations work together. So like Irma sends parents cook breads, where I volunteer over at Marcos Deniza to find high school kid clothes. And I send the parents there to Irma to get little kid clothes. So we all try to work together. It's not well, they're only in Ahwatukee or they're only in Chandler kind of thing. We would all like to work together. All right, thank you.
Okay, next up, I want to do some volunteer appreciation. First, if you are one of our regional leads, please stand up so I can introduce you. We have Beth Bremer. She is the regional lead for the Northeast Chandler area. We have Scott Craig, who is Southeast Chandler regional lead, and Craig Velasco over here to my right, which is the West and Central Chandler lead. We have Gavin Lee here in the middle. He is West Tempe's lead. We have Denise Scallon and Melanie Magasos online, and they are the leads for Tempe South. We have Doug Arnold in the back and Cade Spearman, and they are the leads for Ahwatukee North. We have Paul White, who is the Central Ahwatukee lead. Dana Garcia in the back. She is the lead of West Ahwatukee. And Catherine Menor back here is the lead for South Ahwatukee. Just to give you guys an idea of what these folks have been doing over the last several months. They are the ones that have taken the lead in setting up at the Ahwatukee Farmers Market, setting up at Ironwood Library, doing signing events in their driveways or at various parks around the cities that LD12 is located in. We have so many good things that they do, and they keep their volunteers engaged. They have meetings to talk about what do we want to do in our area. So I just wanted to give them a shout out and thank them so much for all of their hard work, and please be on the lookout for emails directly from them about what you can do in your area. Next, we also have some other rock stars here, including Francine, who we just heard from, who handles Dems Give Back. We have Julia Fleeman, if you'll stand up back here. She takes care of Dems and Donuts every month. We have Ann Lutt. I don't think she is here today, but she takes care of finding the locations that we have our Watering Hole Wednesdays at every month. We have Joanne Marcus, who is the one that reinvigorated our LD12 game night, and she coordinates who's going to host it when. Yes. Judy Wade and Bill Baker are the ones that put together the beautiful raffle baskets that we have for everything, not just these meetings, but then we join up in all kinds of events. And then if Kathy, Bibi, Aurelia, Paul, and Marion will stand up, they are coordinating and hosting our Decadent Delights fundraiser this month. So all of the people up on the board are ones that had a passion for something and took ownership of it and just ran with it. The LD doesn't have any, I would say, handle on what they do. So Julia takes care of Dems and Donuts. She doesn't have to go through us for that. Francine deals with the Dems Give Back. She doesn't have to come through us to do any of that. So if there's something that you're passionate about that you want to get going, do it. And we'll advertise it for you and we'll make sure people get involved. You guys might have noticed that we had you sit at your region tables tonight. And the reason for that is two things. We wanted to sort of get everybody regrouped, and we want to make sure that everybody knows the people that are in the areas closest to them. We have so many new people and so many veterans that are involved with this LD, and we wanted everybody to take some time out to make sure they know each other, who's closest to them. So for the next 5 minutes or so, we want you guys to introduce yourselves to each other at your tables. Introduce your name, what precinct you're from, and if you don't know that, feel free to just say kind of where you live. And then the candidates that are in the crowd, do that amongst yourselves and then pick a table to go join. And why you got involved. And those online will do the same thing, led by Melanie.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here tonight. And we're going to do the same thing that Sherry's asked everyone to do in the in-person meeting. So welcome. I'm happy you're here. I'm going to ask people to start just based on my screen. In fact, I'll go first, get things started. I'm Melanie Magasos. I live in South Tempe. I am involved, I'm in Alexander Precinct and involved as a co-lead in the precinct. Let me see, what was the rest of it? Oh, how I got involved in politics. Like many of us in 2020, I could not allow myself to stand back and let what happened in 2016 happen. So I signed up on the Mark Kelly website and I got involved with Mark Kelly's campaign and mission for Arizona. And after that, someone said, oh, you should join the LD. And before that, I barely even knew I didn't know what an LD was. I barely knew what a precinct was. So after that first campaign I worked on from the mission for Arizona side, I got quite involved with our LD. So thank you. And who's next? How about Barbara Rodman?
Okay. I live in Club West, basically right off 17th Avenue and the 202. And I have been involved in politics for all of my adult life, really. But that obviously kicked into higher gear with the Women's March, actually. And then I got involved with my precinct in Denton, Texas, where I live there. So I've just lived here a year and I'm just kind of getting started here.
Great, thank you. April Coleman, how about you?
Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm April Coleman, and I am a PC for Del Rio. I've been involved in politics pretty much my whole adult life. I had a neighbor when I was growing up who was very involved, and he introduced me to my congressman, who happened to be Norman Sisisky, the great Norman Sisisky from the 4th Congressional District in Virginia back in the late 80s or early 80s. So I've been involved since then. But I tend to stay behind the scenes until the election of 2016. And at that point, I'm like, no, I need to get out there, be seen, let others know that it's okay to be seen and to really be active. So that's my story.
Thanks, April. Nice to meet you. Okay, Margaret Tinsley. Oh, you're muted.
Hello, how's that?
Perfect.
I'm Peggy Tinsley. I do not recall my precinct. I'm in South Tempe. And I've been political forever. And the things that have happened lately have just made it more so. So, I mean, I knitted pussy hats for the Women's March. I went to the one here. But I've been political. I remember when I was about 6 announcing that I was going to be the first female president. That didn't seem to work out. But you never can tell.
Gotta have goals. Thank you. Bill Crawford?
Good evening, everyone. I am Bill Crawford, and I am a PC in the McKinney precinct. And I have been involved in politics most of my life, and I am just very committed to making a difference, to making changes. And I firmly believe that the way we do that is we have to be involved in the process. We have to be active, and we have to advocate for the changes that we want. Otherwise, we have no right to complain if things don't turn out the way we want them to. And that's a little bit about me.
Thank you. Let me see, Lisa Kirkpatrick.
Hi, it's Kilpatrick.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. Yeah, so I am a PC in Kokopelli precinct. I've been a PC here for about 3 years, but I've been involved in politics probably since Bill Clinton ran for president. I was just after my daughter was born. And I don't know what else I need to tell you about me. I feel like everybody needs to be involved. As busy as I am, I try to make as much time as I can to the LD12, as all of you do. I mean, you know, everybody has a lot of stuff going on. But after Trump was elected, I felt like I needed to be more involved. And then the Roe v. Wade thing happened, and so it just kind of goes from there. So yeah, I do as much as I can when I can. So I wish I were there in person. It sounds like it's a great meeting, but nice to see all you people online. Yeah.
Thank you so much. If I forget to say it later, thanks to all of you for all you do. Beth Brazel.
I'm Beth Brazel, and I am a McKinney precinct chairperson, and I have been in politics again my adult life, just like almost all of you. In 2010, Ray and Mitzi talked me into running for the Kyrene Governing Board. So then I became involved with our LD. So I've been with our LD since 2010. And I agree that it's very important to be involved and to try to make a difference in this world, and to do it this way is what I try to do.
Thank you. Sally Nelson.
Hi there, I'm Sally. I'm a PC in Alexander Precinct. Pardon my scratchy voice. I got involved here locally almost 20 years ago. I was living in West Mesa and was looking to find more friends who were like-minded, and I found a group called Dobson Ranch Dems and Friends. They still exist to this day. And through them, I started getting involved with the LD and et cetera. So it's just a lot of fun working with all of you, and I've made so many great friends. It's such a great organization.
Thanks, Sally. Sally's one of the first people I met when I got involved. Jennifer Germain, one of our office holders.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jennifer Germain. I've been involved in the policy side since 1999 when I worked on the HIPAA legislation, but I got involved in the politics side after the 2016 election, and as a new mother, watched my then Republican legislator cast the final vote to defund our public school system. And I couldn't deal with it anymore, so I decided to run against her and unseated her. And everybody said it wasn't a winnable seat, and we won it by almost 9,000 votes. So I'm now your Justice of the Peace. I'm the first woman elected to the Justice of the Peace position in the San Marcos precinct that covers the majority of the city of Chandler. I live in Galveston precinct in West Chandler, And I've been here for about 15 years and I love West Chandler.
Thanks, Jennifer. Fantastic. Mary Lou Moore. I'm not sure where Mary Lou is, so let's try. Just,
sorry.
are you
Sorry.
there? Great, great.
I'm so
Hi.
sorry. My name's Mary Lou Moore. I'm in Ahwatukee precinct. I'm a PC and got more involved in politics in 2018 with the Maricopa County Dems when was going door to door in South Scottsdale, then got involved with LD12 in 2019. That's it.
Thanks, Mary Lou. Tristan Tops.
Hi, everybody. Good evening. Good to be here with all of you. My name is Tristan Tops. I am in the Club West precinct. Got involved back in 2015, 2016 as a graduate student at the George Washington School of Political Management at George Washington University, and was drafted by Allison Porter to become a PC in what was then LD18, and I've been involved ever since. I also sit on the executive board for the Maricopa County Black Engagement Committee. And yeah, just continuing to do what I can, where I can, and hoping to continue to make change and impact within our community.
Thank you. Rosetta Walker, you're next on my screen.
Good evening, Rosetta Walker. I'm Sakangu Lakota from the Rosewood Sioux Tribe. I live in Silea Precinct, where I've been a PC since 2020. And I can actually say through the leadership and guidance and being a mentor of Jennifer Germain in getting involved with the missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls legislation that she pushed through back in 2019, I became more involved in politics. Beyond that, I have been a deputy registrar with Maricopa County for 12 years, and I have been a poll worker for Maricopa County for 16 years. Thank you.
Thanks, Rosetta. Michael, whose last name I don't know how to pronounce. Maybe you can help me.
Iska. Yes, I'm a PC in the Club West district, and I've been a PC for several years. I got involved for the same reason many of you did after 2016 election, and felt that I had to do more than just write a check. So I've been involved in this and that with the LD, including canvassing and neighbor-to-neighbor letters and things like that.
Thank you. Okay, Jude Simons.
Ooh, bonus points to you for pronouncing my name right. Everybody always says Simmons, but it is Simons. Yes, you're right. Thank you. I am a retired teacher. I've been involved with various things since 2016. I volunteer with Save Our Schools, Civic Engagement Beyond Voting. I'm a deputy registrar for Maricopa County, poll worker. I've set up tons and tons of request to speak accounts at the Capitol, and I'm a PC for Verano Precinct in Chandler.
Thanks, Jude. Next on my screen is Kathleen Corey, who says in chat that she had oral surgery and can't talk to us today, but she's a PC and a state committee member. And I just want to thank her for coming today, because that's a heavy lift to come after you've had dental surgery. So thanks for being here. Lenny Lopez.
Hi, I'm Lenny. I've been involved in politics really since my last few years of college back in 2008. Started with the Students for Obama, but then Senator Obama. And then kind of got involved in a few campaigns, local campaigns for the then LD26. So I didn't move my precinct move. I'm now in Palmer. So I was trying to get more involved since 26 than I have been, because I kind of stopped being involved for a while. They redid the map, so I'm looking to get more involved and hopefully keep Trump out of office and get more Democrats elected.
Thanks, Lenny. Yay. Jared Carter.
Hi, I'm Jared Carter, and I live in Ahwatukee. I've been trying to find out what precinct that is while we've been talking, and I still don't know. I'm very new to politics, and so I'm just here to learn.
Fantastic. Well, this is a good place to learn. As I mentioned, I knew nothing when I started hanging around with the LD12 folks. So
Okay.
we can help you find out what precinct you're into.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
And I think last but never ever least, Susie Thornton.
I am the secretary social media comms person. I got involved in politics originally when George W. Bush got reelected for president in 2004 because I just couldn't believe it. And ever since then, I've been involved off and on, depending on what was going on in my life. I got actively involved in 2012, and I've been at it steadily since then. Because we have to save democracy.
Thanks, Susie. I think Melissa just asked us if we're done here. So I think unless there's someone else who I missed someone or someone else would like to say something, I'm going to turn this over. So last chance, if you'd like to say something. Okay, I'll tell Melissa we're ready. Thank you, everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you. And those of you who are just getting involved, let us know. Let anybody on the executive committee know that you want to get more involved, and we will find a place for you. Thanks so much.
Hey. I lost Sherry. So my board members, where did I lost Sherry? Okay. Well, oh, you know what? Let me share screen. Hold on one second. Okay. So thank you for, I hope that you got to hopefully maybe meet somebody new, if not get to know each other. We want to thank you all for sitting in your precincts. So in case you need to collect PC signatures, just make sure that your PC signatures have to be somebody from your precinct, okay? If you're interested in becoming a PC, please make sure to see Sherry. We can't stress it enough. The more PCs that we have, the more influence that we have on leadership here on the board, as well as MCDP and ADP. Yes. We actually can have like 300 and something. I think it's like 370. We have a long ways to go. If we actually we do have a few precincts though that actually are full and have a waiting list. So Alexander's one of them, Ahwatukee's another, Windmill's one. So there are a few, but we still have room to go. So thank you all for, I hope you get to know each other and share information, your contact information. PCs, if you ever need to know who your fellow PCs are in LD12, you can just ask us. We have a list. We will share it with you. On that note, here you go.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for indulging us with the get to know your neighbors activity. One of the reasons that we're doing this is because we've had people reach out to us saying, what should we be doing right now? Can I get everybody quiet, please? Thank you. Time's up for chit chat. Yes, we will. One of the reasons that we're doing this is because we've had people come to us and say, what should we be doing right now? So we told you what the regional leads have been doing and what a lot of other volunteers are doing. So I'm going to ask you now, have you signed candidate and initiative petitions? If you haven't, raise your hand. We can help you do that through eQual, and for the candidates that don't have equal available to them. We have hard copy petitions for pretty much everybody here. And we have new candidates that are joining us for the first time, like Greg Freeman for County Assessor. You guys will hear from him later. So if you don't know, eQual is a website through the Secretary of State's office that allows you to support candidates by signing their petitions electronically. Those are verified immediately. So those are ones that wouldn't be challenged by a somebody by a Republican. Okay, let's just all of our legislators do have challengers now, so it's super important to make sure that they have as many valid signatures as possible. We have QR codes for eQual if somebody needs that as an easy way to track who they've signed for already. It won't let you sign if you've already signed for them electronically. And then we do have school board candidates who cannot collect signatures that way. So folks like Armando, Nicole Miller, Cedric, who's in the back here. We have Buddy Davis, who's also running for Kyrene School Board. We have Zaina, who's running for Chandler Unified. So all of those folks still need your signatures as well. The next question is, have you signed initiative petitions for Arizona for abortion access? And the Arizona Works Together to Repeal Right to Work. We always have petitions with us. Nia's here in the back from Arizona Works. So if you haven't signed those, please do. You can also be collecting signatures for candidates and initiatives. We have petitions on a Google Drive that you can print and collect signatures for any of the candidates. And then if you need petitions to check out to collect signatures from your friends and family for any of the initiatives, we are a hub in LD12 at Dana's house in Ahwatukee, so we can check those out to you as well. You can ask your friends and family to make sure that they're doing all of those things as well. Another thing that we can be doing is submitting our feedback through Request to Speak. Request to Speak is a method of providing feedback on the current bills at the Arizona Legislature through the Arizona Legislature's website. What you have to do is sign up on the website. Actually, you have to go down to the Capitol, but there's an organization called Civic Engagement Beyond Voting, and they will sign you up and get you your temporary password. And then you can log in weekly and provide your feedback, thumbs up, thumbs down. You can leave comments on any bill that is being heard. And the legislators refer to this often. Mitzi shared with us at a meeting that she has 3 screens pulled up when she's in committee hearings. And one of those is RTS. And she will often read people's comments into the record just to show how much support or not support bills have. So if you're interested in signing up, there is an organization called, like I said, Civic Engagement Beyond Voting. They send out a weekly newsletter. It gives you a summary of all the bills that are going to be heard that week. And it gives you a summary of each bill and gives you a recommendation, thumbs up, thumbs down, and why they're recommending that. So it's pretty easy to just pull it up, boom, 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 go down the line. And it goes in order of when those bills are going to be heard. So if you only have a few minutes that Sunday, you can do Mondays and so on, or you can do them all at once. Raise your hand if you're already signed up for RTS. That's awesome. If anybody wants to be, let me know. We'll get you signed up and get you taken care of. Another thing you can be doing is helping us respond to our urgent calls to action. The way that we get this information out to people is via the platform called Slack. LD12 has our own Slack channel, and Susie can invite you to that if you are not already have access, if you don't already have access. And it's a good way for you to keep up to date on what's going on around the LD. The calendar is always posted there. We have individual channels for the different cities and for different priorities. And we have a call to action or rapid response channel, and we will use that if we need you to do something in a timely fashion. For instance, we had asked people to reach out to the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors regarding their appointment of the interim sheriff, because we had concerns that 2 of the 3 were recently changed from Republican to Democrat. We thought that was a little shady. Now, that appointment didn't go our way, but they did mention in the meeting that they had received a lot of feedback about it. And although our current supervisor, Jack Sellers in District 1, said, quote, "We don't think the sheriff's office should be partisan, so we set that aside." They were letting them know that we're paying attention and we're keeping tabs on them. So that's how we communicate these important calls to action. And then the last thing that you can do is you can write letters to your local paper, letters to the editor. Each of our cities has a local paper, the Ahwatukee Foothills News, Chandler Wrangler, and the Tempe Tribune again. And we have pretty good relationships with the editors for all of those papers. So pretty much if we submit something, it's going to be published. We use these as opportunities to talk about candidates, about issues, things that are happening in our community that we want to make people aware of. So if that's something that you like to do, if you like to write, reach out to us and we can help you do that too. Hold on. Let's let Marion. Marion, you're up. I was not going to put you on the spot. Decadent Delight. Do you want to talk about it? Kathy's here. Oh, Kathy and Aurelia, can you guys, Kathy's here, I know. Oh, there you are. So, the Decadent Delights, on the piece of paper, we had the wrong date. The correct date is February 24th. It's going to be at Paul and Marion's house in Ahwatukee. This is one of our largest fundraisers that we do every year. It's champagne and desserts. And remember, if you were here last month, I mentioned chocolate. It has lots of chocolate and decadent desserts and everything. If you would like to make a dessert for this event, please see Kathy. Stand up, Kathy, so everybody can see you. Please see Kathy. She's got a sign-up sheet. I can confirm that Ruben Gallego will be there at 6 o'clock. So if you plan on attending, please be on time. He will be there from 6 to 6:45. He is coming to pop in before, after an event and before he has to go to the next one. So we get him for 45 minutes. Yolanda, the ADP chair, Arizona Democratic Party chair. Yolanda will also be there. And then I'm working on one more special guest, but I didn't get a confirmation before the meeting. So you'll have to wait and see. Please buy your ticket. If you haven't today, the QR code on your paper, on your flyers that are on, or the agendas that are on your tables are correct. The one up here as well. If you have any questions, please let us know. And if you would like, we need lots of desserts for our champagne. So thank you. You get to talk. Ostrich Festival. Yes. Deb, do you want to come up and talk?
I know.
Okay. Okay. Folks, this is Deb Matayaba. She is one of the vice chairs for LD13, who is our partner, LD in Chandler. We share Chandler. And she has done a fantastic job of getting us the opportunity to have a vendor booth at the Chandler Ostrich Festival. This was a huge undertaking. And she reached out to pretty much every candidate that we have between our districts to ask them to help us to be able to pay for the booth, to be able to have very expensive. Yes. So why do we do this? We have pretty low engagement in Chandler, and we're trying to find every way possible to let people know about our LDs and about what we stand for, what our values are, make sure people know how to get involved with us. So we are constantly doing community events in Chandler, and this one is going to be a biggie. It is going to be 6 days over 2 weekends, March 8th through the 10th and 15th through the 17th. We don't know the festival schedule just yet.
I just want to say that we have not gotten confirmation from the Ostrich Festival as of yet. I'm sorry. We've not gotten confirmation from the Ostrich Festival yet as to whether or not they've accepted our application. And so I am called today. I'm waiting with bated breath, but if and when that does come through, the sign-up sheets will begin. We will only be able to keep 4 individuals at the booth per shift, which I imagine is going to be anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. So we do have a limit on how many people we can have, but we're gonna need sign up to happen fast and furious. And you will be getting all that information if and when. Just to be clear, because I might have candidates in the room. If for some reason the Ostrich Festival decides that we have not, our application has not been accepted, all of the candidate contributions that were given to us to go toward that festival will be gladly returned. Our treasurer will be on top of it. So I wish I had a better update, guys. I really did try, but as soon as it takes off, we're gonna really take off. Thanks.
Yes, and we are definitely gonna be planning as if this is going to happen because we want to get the word out as much as possible. Yes, Ellen.
Have they ever turned us down?
We have never been a part of the Chandler Ostrich Festival that I'm aware of.
Oh, yes, we have.
Yes, we did. I know that we were involved about 8 years ago. In fact, that was my very first, or 9, very first event that I ever volunteered in.
Because I volunteered.
Yeah, okay, all right, I met you there. So, we've done it before, but what's happened since then is that an entertainment group has taken over the organization of it. The city of, the chamber, I'm sorry, Chandler Chamber has hired this company. And I very much object to how they run it. And believe me, the chamber is going to hear from me because it's something it should not cost them much. And it is a pretty penny, folks, for any organization that is doing a public service in Chandler to have to pay. It is $1,600. And there's a bunch of little hidden fees that came along the way as well. I'm pretty aggravated about. And, on top of that fee, guys, we're going to need to supply water, snacks. We have a spin wheel that we will want to purchase, small toys for children, candies and things. So it doesn't really stop there. We're estimating at least 2,000 between the two of us. So we're working on it. There's a lot in play, but it's still unknown at this time. But yes, as soon as I know, Sherry will know.
So somebody asked, is this worth it? Just so you know, the Ostrich Festival brings in about 300,000 people each year. So that's a lot of exposure for the LD. And we want to make sure that people know who we are and what we stand for. And yes, we're gonna have, the candidates will be helping out. They'll be working a shift. They'll be getting signatures and talking to people. And we know that those face-to-face communications are really important when it comes down to the election. And then Melissa's up next to talk about our other big event in March.
Okay, well, it's the Ahwatukee Parade and Spring Fling. Here's the picture of the group. This was us last year marching right after the parade. I was like, why didn't you take this at the end? We should have took it before we got started. And then I took this one from the year before. Again, this was the young Dems that helped us this year. I would like to see if anybody would like to join the committee with me. I have one person who is gonna help me do a float. I wanna make it bigger and better than I've done before. Looking into getting a big inflatable donkey. It's about 10 feet. Our LD logo. We have to outdo the Republicans. I know that I have already a truck and a trailer and we need decorations. And so go big or go home, right? I want to make sure that they know because this is a really big event. The kids come out, the families come out. So mark your calendars. Oh, let me go back. March 30th. All right, so 9 a.m. the parade go.
Sunday, March 31st.
It's Saturday, March 30th.
Oh, we really need somebody to join to proofread. We have really messed up the dates. Look at the LD12. Oh, wow. We're just on a roll here. Thank you. It's Saturday, March 30th. Saturday, March 30th. Write that down. I only see a few people writing it down. March 30th. All right, parade will start at 9 a.m., rain or shine. I really want to make this big. We are going to have a trailer. So if you are able to walk in the parade, I'm going to have We're gonna try to get seats so that you can sit and wave, and you can't toss candy out. Only those that are walking can give candy to the kids. But we have already started. I've already started fundraising for the candy and my big inflatable 10-foot donkey that my board doesn't know that I'm trying to design. I'm just saying, the other one didn't last. We couldn't find room, and I'm telling you, that donkey got a lot of people talked about it. Yes. Oh, yes. That's 10 feet by like 10 feet. It's big. Yeah. Other monthly events that we had talked about earlier is Dems and Donuts. We have Watering Hole Wednesday. We have game night. And the other thing that we also help with is the Arizona Readers and Leaders Book Club, which is actually canceled for this month, but these are just other events that you can get into. We have a lot of events going on in LD12. You can find them on our calendar, but this is just some of them in February. These are also on the pieces of paper. Don't quote me on the dates if they're correct. I think we got the day correct, maybe not the Saturdays, Sundays, or whatever. And then we also have a bunch coming up in March. So please keep that in mind. We always have something going on, always ways for you to get involved. And going to events is so great because you get to meet somebody new. And it's people that are coming up to you because they share your values. They know exactly who you are and what you stand for, and it's great. Exposure. Okay. In our monthly meetings, we always do Bada Bing raffle baskets. Judy and Bill put these wonderful baskets together. It's coffee and dessert. I gotta get my tickets. Don't let me forget. I want to get tickets before we close it. And that's Italian. So if you'd like to purchase your raffle ticket, please do so. You can also see Joe. He's back there with the QR code. He'll take cash, check, credit card. He'll take coins too. Probably. He will probably take your firstborn too. Oh, we have to do a treasurer's report. I'll leave this up while you give your treasurer's report. Oh, I'll give you the numbers. I printed out. All right. But I wanted to leave the QR code just in case anybody wants to buy tickets. I know you guys get to have our conversation. How about a full-on conversation? Yes.
Tell them that you came to our meeting and LD12 won all of our raffle prizes.
I know. I felt so bad. Are on a roll. We are out visiting other LDs, and I always buy raffle tickets whenever they give baskets. And at this, I ran into Ann Lutz. I'm like, how weird. We're running into other LD12ers at an LD13 monthly meeting, but yes, we won their gift basket. See, a lot of luck.
Well, let's see what happens today.
Up on there, I want people to see. Okay, that's our cash flow summary for the month of January. We started out with about $32,000. We brought in about $3,500 in contributions. And you notice that we spent about $11,000 in disbursements for the month of January. There's a couple things I want to talk to you about that $11,000, as well as some exciting things that took place with AgBlue. AgBlue finally caught up to the 21st century. The reason that a lot of our fundraising reports lagged is because it was all done through snail mail and 20th century technology, cutting a check and mailing that check all the way from Connecticut all the way to Arizona. It always takes about 2 to 3 weeks for us to get our fundraising disbursements from AgBlue. Well, they finally started direct deposit, and it's completely exciting. It started about 10 days ago. So now we almost have real-time direct deposit money right into our account. So that's really super exciting for me.
To sign up too.
And I think I was the first one on LD or on a AgBlue's list. Once that email came out, I was so excited. I've been waiting for this for like 4 years. And secondly, and speaking of snail mail, the USPS raised first class rates 2 cents right around the middle of January. Well, we took advantage of that.
by holding a fundraiser for stamps, because as everyone in the room knows, our biggest expenditure for the election cycle is what we call our neighbor to neighbor letter. These are letters that everyone handwrites and hand deliver, hand stamps the envelopes and sends them out to their precinct and all the voters in their precincts. And it's a very good way to for outreach for each individual precinct. Anyway, it takes a lot of money and a lot of stamps. So we put together a real quick fundraiser, and I'm excited to tell everybody that we raised about $4,700 in about 5 days, Melissa, maybe a little bit longer than that, 5 to 10 days. And that's all because the generous donation from you guys in this room was extremely successful, which brings us to that $11,000. We spent about $1,900 purchasing stamps before the rate went up. And that's because you guys and your generous donations, so I really appreciate that. So that's where that $11,000 came from, well, most of it. So if you guys have any questions, you want to sign up for the neighbor to neighbor stamp program, it's still active, still live, and just see me over there at the table. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Melissa. So,
Hey, you're up. That's you.
All right.
How are you?
Hey, everybody. When I introduced myself at the beginning of the meeting, I said that one of my jobs was recruiting recurring donors. And I just have to make a big thank you to all of you who are recurring donors. We have, the recurring donors are the lifeblood of our district. They are really the ones that keep our treasury funded month after month. It's maybe a small donation, it may be a large donation. Thank you so much for all that you are doing. We actually have a really great participation in the recurring donor program, but I keep on mentioning to Joe, just like he mentioned to me every week, I've got to go to the post office and pick up checks. I'm like, hey, that's supporting us winning elections. I am complaining to him every week about we're not at 100 recurring donations for our district overall. We are at 86 people who are doing donations, which I got to tell you is absolutely fabulous. But we can do a little bit better. We've got 198 PCs, I believe it is. 189. Sorry, I got the numbers juxtaposed there. So we've got 189 PCs. I'm hoping that tonight each of you can think about what your budget is, and even if it is just a $1 donation, we would really appreciate you becoming a recurring donor so that I don't complain to Joe anymore. And so that basically we can keep our treasury funded, and so that we can basically get to that goal of sending out 40,000 letters to our constituents. It is super important for the election season that we get our ballot guides out to them. It's important that we have photocopying so that we can get our candidates on the ballot. It is important so that we can have outreach events. It's important so that we can do the parade and be visible in our community. We have a ton of different things. One of the really important things that we do is also, and I know this may sound counterproductive, all right, why are you raising money to give it to other organizations? That sounds really strange. However, we do give money to other organizations, and it's not a lot of our budget because, hey, we want to try and win elections in LD12, but a lot of these groups do a lot of really great things for our neighboring districts and help them get over the edge and help them win, especially with our Young Democrats. We've supported several of our Young Democratic organizations in the state, and they basically help us win those elections. Not just LD12 alone, but all across the state. So each of you have, well, not each of you, because we have a limited set of envelopes, but hopefully with the envelopes that are at your table, I'm hoping that you will take some time to fill them out and to please mark the box that says monthly recurring. And like I mentioned, and actually, I'm hoping to move to the next slide because I do. Oh, thank you. Because I do want to give you some statistics. We accept any amounts of donations, and any amount that you donate is wonderful. In fact, right now, the people who donate less than $10 a month, we've got 22 of them. We've got people donating as small as $1 amount, and that $1
actually gets you that name badge. So basically we give everyone a name badge who becomes a recurring donor. Now that's a $25 value because we sell that for 25 bucks on the website. So $1 over a year, we're making out. And we're losing a little money on that. But basically $10 or less, $11 to $24 a month. We had a big program at the beginning of the 2024 cycle. A lot of you signed up for $24. Consider possibly increasing tonight to a little bit more. Maybe get yourself into the $25 to $49 a month, where we've got 28 people. And then we've got some really large donors month after month who are donating quite a decent amount of money and keeping our treasury full and basically able to do the things that we need to do as a district. I am so sorry to take up all of your time about this, but it is super crucial. And we are at 86 donors, and I'm hoping to make it 100. So please fill out the forms. And if you do have your forms available, please raise them up, and Sherry and Melissa will help collect them. So if anyone has any, please raise your hand and let us know. Thank you so much. And Melissa, can you go to the next slide? Awesome. All right. Team, I just want to let you know, in terms of the recurring donor benefits, I told you about the name tag. You get, you basically get one for any amount that you donate as a recurring donation. However, in terms, oh, it's only $22. I'm sorry, that's a benefit. Not $25, as I said. In terms of people who are donating $25 or more, you get an LD12 t-shirt like Melissa is wearing. Vote your Democratic values. In fact, you can see the back. And to model the front too. There we go. And $50 gets you one of our fabulous LD12 cookbooks, basically how to roast an elephant. It's a cookbook that we put together a couple of years back, and we're very happy to present you with that gift as a donation. And then recurring donors of $75 or more can be special guests at a complimentary reception with LD12 elected officials. We actually had our first one last year, and it was a lot of fun. Joe made blue margaritas, and we had a ton of our elected officials, and it was a blast. And basically hope you can attend this year with that donation level. So with that, thank you everybody who is already a recurring donor. Please consider becoming a recurring donor. Thank you everybody. And if you're online, please click the link that Joe posted me on in the chat. Thank you everybody. And sorry to be so much time.
Okay, Representative Travers and
Unclaimed name tags.
oh, if your name is on this list, we have a name badge for you that has not been claimed. Please see us so that we can give it to you. Senator Epstein and Representative Travers are still at the Capitol, so we will get a quick update from Representative Contreras.
Hello, good evening. Where am I supposed to stand? Not with that.
Anywhere, yeah.
Okay. Yes, I just came from the Capitol myself. So this week we're trying to hear all the bills that are going to be heard. Unfortunately, not a lot of our bills from the Democratic side, but they are hearing some of them. So we'll see what goes on with those bills. So next week is what they call crossover week. So next week we'll be voting on all the bills that we listened to this week and from the beginning of the session, voting on those bills, and then they go to the Senate to get heard, and the opposite is coming our way. So that's why Rep. Travers and Senator Epstein are still at the Capitol because their committees are still going on. Mine got done at 6:45, so you know I'm early. So there was still lots of cars in the parking lot over there. So they're hearing lots of bills this week. Always seems to be this way. Last week of the first round, and then probably be the same at the end of that. But next week we'll be voting on all these bills. You may have seen me in the newspaper or on TV recently. I only had like a 3-second snippet on TV, so it wasn't that great, but it was on there, and trying to get some transparency for our medical professionals who are maybe not up to snuff on a lot of things. And you may have seen
Andrew, I'm always going to call him Dan, Andrew Ford, a reporter for the Republic, did a series of reports on doctors that had been doing some not good things. And so I'm trying to, my bill that I was trying to get heard was to make sure that there was that transparency, that they would put the doctor's advisory letters and disciplinary actions on the website so that we could see it, go and investigate it ourselves, instead of having to go through a whole long process to find that information. And then it would be up there for 25 years. The chairman of that committee, the regulatory affairs, did not want to hear my bill. And the press got a hold of that. So they've been hounding him too. And he had to kick somebody out actually last week because Mr. Ford went over to talk to Mr. Hendricks, and Mr. Hendricks wasn't happy about that. So, but anyway, I've been in the paper because of that. And hopefully next year we'll get that done. The other bill I was working on was deed fraud, and unfortunately we had some change in staff and the bill did not get processed quickly enough. There are 2 other bills going through that kind of help in that respect, and we're hoping that, and I've been talking to Mr. Dunn and Mr. Gillette about those, and there's been a couple of amendments that I've suggested, but of course they never come in my name, but that's okay. You know, that we'll hopefully get some work towards the deed fraud problem. And then next year we'll work really hard to get that whole bill through with a lot of good changes and fixing what they messed up this year. So, but we'll get that done. Speaking of which, I want to remind you to go to Maricopa Title Alert to register your name and your business, anything that can change title on you. Go to Maricopa Title Alert. This is good for any county. No, not Maricopa. If you're in other counties, they're supposed to have the same type of process. I actually had an experience with that. You know, I registered my name, and I'm Patricia Contreras, and a Patricia Contreras with a different middle name had done something with her title. And so I got that alert back from the county. So they said, yeah, there's somebody messing with your name, Patricia Contreras. It wasn't my property when I went to look it up. It wasn't my property. It was actually that other person's. But so that part works. So that's good. But what my bill will do next year after we get it through is alert you ahead of time so that you don't have to now. Had this been my property, I would have had to figure out how to get it reversed. And that probably would have involved some legal fees and lawyers and all that kind of stuff. So what we're trying to do with this deed fraud, which is much more prevalent than you would think. You know, the Department of Real Estate is seeing 6 or 7 concerns or questions about it every week. So it's out there. So you need to make sure you register yourself with the Maricopa Title Alert and the recorder's office. But anyway, that's important that you do that. And next year, like I said, when I get that done, we'll be alerting you ahead of time. So if my name were to come up next year, it would be alerting me, nothing would have changed yet. And then I can go say, hey, wait a minute, that's me. Don't be changing that. So don't be recording that. So that's what we're hoping to do for next year. But let's see what else. Our petitions or voting dates changed. Did you guys mention that? Voting dates changed to a week earlier in August so that we can make sure that all of our, it's going from August 6th to July 30th. So that we can make sure that we have enough time to get the ballots out to our folks overseas. So that was, we were going back and forth with the Republicans last week. We got some wins, they got some wins. We're all happy and dancing together now because it's all good. There was some things on there that we wanted definitely off. They wanted to keep our schools open, our high schools open on election day, and the teachers had to work, but the kids would stay home on election day from the high schools. And that was something we're like, no go on that. But that way they thought that the high schools would be places that you could come and do your election there. But we didn't think that was very good. So we took that out. There was a few other changes. I don't know them all, but that was the one that kind of stuck out to me that wasn't really workable. Yes, sir, Mr. Sissel. Our old petitions are grandfathered in. Yes, yes. But anybody who's like, I have my QR code, thank you. My QR code is not gonna work for any new petitions now. So you'll have to re-register, I believe, so you can get a new QR code and a new web address for any new petitions, like for all of us, elected officials. The ones you have now are fine. If you have any that have the August 8th, 6th date on it, they're fine. Turn those in, but I'll be getting the new petitions and probably the rest of us will be getting new petitions so that we can sign it up with the new date on it. So that's it. Anyway, oh look, she turned me off, so that means I have to go. So I see a lot of folks that I don't know, so make sure I get to meet you before you leave today, because I see some new folks and it's great to see such a great crowd here today. So thank you all for coming in.
Give it to
Oh,
Sherry.
give it to Sherry.
Thanks, Rep. Contreras. We're gonna get ready to do the bada bing raffle, but while we're doing that, if you're an elected official, you will line up here. We'll give you 1 minute to introduce yourselves and talk to the crowd. And then if anybody has any new business they want to bring up, this is the time to do that too. You can line up here. Joe, I'll hand it over to you for bada bing. Tell me.
He can share screen. Oh, he can share, you have access. I was doing, that's why I turned it off, because I was doing some work. I'm just wondering. Is it- Look at that. Huh. Hard to read. Oh, I got my ticket for this. So.
Go, I'll repeat what you say.
Yeah. Oh, we have a today. Right.
Okay, so we're gonna do the coffee and dessert basket first. And we sold 446 tickets. So. And the random number is 398. So 398 is right.
Is it me? No.
Hang on, Melissa, hang on.
Oh, no, I was all excited.
There we go. Let's get number one. It's a show gold plaque. Congratulations. And that's Italian. We sold 381 tickets. Let's see who the big winner is there. That is number 81. Number 81 falls right there. That is Paul Hopkins. Is Paul Hopkins there?
All right, folks. Come on up.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Armando Montero. I currently serve as the president of the Tempe Union High School District Governing Board. I was elected in 2020, and I've had the pleasure of serving these past 4 years. I was elected as vice president in 2022 and president these past 2 years. I've had the chance to meet most of you, and if I haven't, would love to meet you. I've had the chance at previous meetings to talk a little bit about what we've accomplished these past 4 years, but for the sake of time, I'll pass it on. But I am running for re-election. I have my petition signatures over here, as well as a QR code for my website and donation links. I know we've said it many times, but every single dollar goes so far for school board elections. So any little bit will help, especially in these early stages. Thank you so much.
Oh, wow.
Hello, everyone. My name is Greg Freeman. I live in North Phoenix. I'm running for Maricopa County Assessor as a Democrat. I'm working. Thank you. I love coming to these meetings because you guys actually know what the county assessor does, so I don't have to spend the first 2 minutes doing that. I got involved in politics because I work a lot with homeless issues up and around Bell Road. That's where I'm at. I'm the chair of a business alliance. We deal with a lot of homeless stuff there. The fastest growing population of the homeless in Arizona is people over 65. Because your property taxes keep going up, even though your income isn't. So there's a lot of people getting squeezed out of their houses that have nowhere to go. So for me, working in real estate, I serve on a couple of zoning boards. There's a lot of things about real estate I love, but this is a place for me to help make a difference, help keep affordable housing here in Maricopa County for everybody. And I am running for county assessor. That's all I have.
Hi, everyone. I'm Joel Navarro. I'm running for Maricopa County Board of Supervisors, District 1, which is your district here, Ahwatukee, Chandler, Gilbert, Tempe, all the way down to Queen Creek and Sun City. So I desperately am trying to get out there. Obviously, I'll hopefully be taking on Jack Sellers if I get in that position. I've been on the Tempe City Council. I'll finish for 16 years. In July, I'll be done. A lot of my knowledge, a lot of my contacts, a lot of my resources, and my involvement in a variety of different areas when I claim fame. So with opioid addiction, really took that to heart in what we've done, not only in Tempe, but across Maricopa County and working with the county, but also across the state. So I hope you guys would consider me. Joel Navarro for Maricopa County Board of Supervisors, and the election is now, or the first one is now July 30th.
Hello, everyone. It's nice to see you all. I've never been here before, but my name is Hannah. I'm the education organizer for Keep AZ Blue Student Coalition. I'm here tonight to represent AJ. He wished he could be here tonight, but he's speaking to the Sun Lakes Democrats tonight. I helped plan AJ's kickoff for Chandler City Council and just wanted to thank everyone from LD12 who showed up, as well as Representative Contreras and Travers, as well as LD12 leadership Sherry and Melissa. We are so thankful to have so many people in the community show up, and if you were not able to make it, no worries. We have a few QR codes in the back, two over there, one over on that table in the room. If you can still support his campaign by offering volunteer efforts and collecting signatures for him or contributing to his campaign. Thank you all again, and I hope to see you at some of his campuses. Thank you.
Oh, I forgot about my time.
I had 6 extra seconds. Oops. Hello, everyone. Elijah Watson, organizer with the Arizona Democrats for the East Valley, only organizer on the east side of the valley. Want to give this really, really quick pitch, and I talk really fast, so I am dedicated to getting through this pitch in like 49 seconds. For those of you that don't know, every single Sunday from 2 to 3 p.m. at the amazing Denise Scalen's house, by the way, we are hosting organizer meetings. These are a chance for me to really like get into the nitty gritty, talk to my volunteers. That's everybody from Ahwatukee all the way out to Queen Creek, right? We have donuts, coffee, and at this last one, we even had Representative Stacey Travers, as well as State Senator Mitzi Epstein. These again are really a big chance for me to get to know my volunteers and get you guys ready as we move forth in that path to victory across the East Valley. If you want more information, find me, tall 6-foot guy, pretty gay voice, and blue sweatshirt. Thanks so much. Bye.
Yeah, I'll just one that and then you have to. Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Melissa Westbrook. I'm the Vice President of the Maricopa County Young Democrats. And first, I want to thank this district for being so supportive for young people. We are the future, and we're also now, like this is our time. So appreciate that very much. I wanted to boost something that is going on in Tempe. If you haven't been paying attention, you've been living under a rock. We have an election coming up, and as a representative for Young Dems throughout the county, I am personally very supportive of the general plan because it is so good for our future. It is going to provide more housing and make it so people like myself and my friends can buy houses and live here forever, really, because that's what we want to do. So, and then also there's a sustainability commission, which is great because we need air and water to live. So super awesome. Love that journey for us. So would really love it if you guys could vote yes on that and support young people because we are now. So yes, okay, I got one more thing, y'all, so bear with me. Go ahead. So I am also a part of the Leading for Change Fellowship with Nicole Miller, and we are, being trained to be the next leaders of the state of Arizona. And we have a fundraiser coming up. It is on May 3rd, which is a Friday. We have keynote speaker Chris Mays, who will be in attendance. So Nicole and I, she could not be here tonight. She had a prior engagement, but we would really appreciate it if this district could support us and purchase a table for this fundraiser so they could help us reach our goals. So you all could help us reach our goals. So I know that has to be moved to a vote. So I'm just putting it out there now. I don't know
If
the
the
next.
PC wants to make a motion for us to support her,
What she said.
that's what we need.
Okay, what do I say then?
I'm sorry.
I make a motion.
So.
And Nicole. And Nicole.
And Nicole, how much money do you, she has to.
The minimum is $500 for a table, but we would love if you guys could shell out 1,000 for a table. That would great. I think that would be great for us too. So
Call my parliamentarian Jeff. Jeff. We have a motion on the floor.
Yeah. Wake up, Jeff, wake up.
There's been, what? There's, yeah, okay, sorry, I'm done.
There was a motion on the floor from Stephanie to support Leading for Change to buy a table for $500. And who was the one that seconded?
I'll second it.
And Kathy seconded. So that I could just take a vote with. Hold on one second. So can I just take a vote with the PCs? Present? Okay.
So that you get the online numbers for attending as well.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
I know. So they're Leading for Change. Melissa, where'd she go? Where'd she? I'm like, come back up here. Tell them about Leading for Change is.
She'll tell you.
I can't be looking at this light. I'm gonna go blind.
I
Okay.
know.
Yeah, thank you. Would love that. So Leading for Change is an 8-month fellowship that a select group of people throughout the state of Arizona have become a part of to learn how to be better leaders, better community members, etc. We have some amazing people, like I mentioned myself, Nicole Miller. We also have Adam Metzendorf. We have Francesca Martin with Keep Arizona Blue. And so we just have a lot of great people within this fellowship that is teaching us how to just be better community members, just going through everything that we're going through. So it's been a really great learning experience. I've learned quite a bit. Kirsten Cinema was on for a little bit. That was an interesting story. If you want to hear about it, I will tell you all about it. But yeah, it's just, yeah, boo's right. That's true. But yeah, I would just appreciate any support that y'all could give us because we've been working really hard and spending 8 hours for 2 days, like every weekend. It's been a lot of weekends and a lot of time in front of a computer, so my eyes hurt a lot from it. So I'm too young for that. Okay, so we'll send out a vote. Okay, so just so Susie has the record, Stephanie made the motion to support the Leaders for Change for $500 by buying a table. Kathy, Phoebe seconded, and we will send it out to all the PCs for a vote. Next.
Thank you.
Hi, Deborah Matiavas here from LD13 once again. Guys, for a different reason, I'm up and I can't do that with that. Sorry. Okay. LD13 just started its very first internship program. And I'm here to tell you about it tonight. We are taking applicants right now. So if you know a young person who is either a junior, senior in high school, or a freshman, sophomore in college that might be interested, I would hope that you will look at this information. I'm going to be sending out the flyer to Sherry. She could share it with you as well. The curriculum is already set. It is set up. We've hired a coordinator who's going to be working with us. If you're familiar with LD4s, it's fashioned after theirs. Some of the hard work was already done for us. So we got a lot of cheat sheets that we were able to work from, honestly. And I have never been so excited, honestly, to be able to work with young people again and to bring them into the fray, really building the bench, looking at a lot of possible volunteers. Some of them will required to be there. So anyway, if you have any questions, please see me about the internship at LD13. By the way, we have one already, and we're pretty sure she's an LD12, an applicant. No kidding.
Hey y'all, I'm back. I'm gonna make this very quick. As you know, I am the Abortion Initiative and Operations Director for Arizona List. We do have our annual, I know we're talking about a lot of fundraisers tonight, so I am so sorry. Your pockets might be hurting after this. On March 2nd, we have our annual event, and our keynote speaker is a political guru and also the sister of Kamala Harris. It is Maya Harris. So if you are interested in purchasing a ticket, please do online at arizonalist.org. Or you can also become a sponsor. We do have 4 different sponsorship levels. If that's something you want to talk to me about, you can do so at the end. And then we also have the Abortion Initiative, which we are going to get on the ballot. But what will help us get it on the ballot even more is we have more volunteers who are interested in volunteering on the weekend. If you are someone who would like to do that, please reach out to me and we will get you coordinated. Thank you all so much.
Question. Did it? The Arizona List is on
your calendar.
The annual event?
Yes. Yes, Anne, I will get it on the calendar. I'm gonna text her right now.
Hi, everybody. My name is Randy Miller, and I am on the SRP Board of Directors. I'm serving my 2nd term right now. I just wanted to give you an update on a few things that are happening like right now that we need help with. Specifically coming up probably at the next board meeting in March. It's the first Monday of the month every year or every month. They're going to be approving the updated 2035 sustainability goals. And right now it's not looking so good. So we need people to show up and say, hey, we want to have good sustainability goals so we can continue to live here in the desert and not have it be 102.7 next July. So please come up to the board meeting and actually show that you want to support reducing carbon here in Arizona. The other thing is we have great candidates that are running for the SRP board. There's flyers here that you can give to your door neighbors, and then also the ballot request form. You have to request a ballot in order to vote. So you have the ballot request forms. You can fill them out right now. I'll take them to SRP for you tomorrow. So thank you. You guys have a great time.
Hi, I'm Janie Hyder. Tonight, I'm speaking for Stacy Travers. On your tables are some flyers. If you did not get one, I will put them up here and grab as many as you want to. On March 9th from 11 to 1, it doesn't cost any money. In fact, you get a free box lunch with it. There's going to be a conversation on climate with Greg Stanton's office, hopefully with him, and with the governor's office on resiliency. It's at the Chandler Museum, the Saguaro Room, again from 11 to 1. But because of the lunches, we need to have an RSVP. So if you're coming, please contact Brianne at the bottom. She is in LD12. I'm in LD12. Stacy is in LD12. And it's put on by the Arizona Alliance of Retired Americans, which is Union Old Farts. And it's with Keep Arizona Blue Student Coalition. So you'll be doing a lot of good, getting a lot of information. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren Kuby, here representing David Lucero, I'm his campaign manager. And I want to tell you how he walks the talk. David has formed the Veterans Advisory Councils for Mark Kelly, for Chris Mays, for Greg Stanton, and once upon a time for Kirsten Sinema. He grew increasingly frustrated with Kirsten and her lack of attention to changing the filibuster rules so we could enact the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. He formed a group with Vote Vets, with Black Voters Matter, and Unite Here. He went on the Freedom Bus with 200 other people, traveled to Tulsa, Oklahoma, traveled to Montgomery, Alabama, and then Washington, D.C., where they had civil disobedience actions to protest the lack of reform for the filibuster rules and to urge encourage that we support voting rights. When he fought in Fallujah, he was taking people to the polls, and he thought it was very important. And then he brought 15 people along with him on the Veterans Advisory Council, and they quit Kirsten Sinema's council because they felt like they were being, greenwashed. So this is the measure of the man, the medal of the man. I urge you to support him. And if you want to sign up to canvas for Hugo Tapia and David, I'll be right over there.
Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Hugo Tapia, and I'm running for Tempe City Council. And I've been in front of you before, so I'll keep it short because we still have a line and it's already 8:20. So I'm running because I really want to assure that we engage all of our community in really the conversation of what we want to do in the council level. And we want to make sure that all of the community is engaged in that discussion, in that conversation, and then bring the voice back to the decision-making process of what we're trying to do at the council level. And because really what we're representatives of you all. And that's what I want to make sure that I continue to be. I'm a psychologist for Tempe Union, and I'm also a husband, a father, and a friend to a lot of folks. So thank you.
Hello, LD12 Dems. It's great to be here. I'm Paul Smith-Leonard. I'm campaign manager for Nikki Berg, as you can see, for Tempe City Council. I'm really privileged to be speaking for Nikki. Maybe it's because I'm the son of a single mom and I have a really bossy older sister. I have been lucky to work for women elected officials, and I've worked on campaigns to keep women in office and to elect qualified women to office. And one of those women is Nikki Amberg. She's a 25-year resident of Tempe, and she is running to keep Tempe a great place to live and to raise her children. We are just focused on a forward-looking, positive campaign, focused on those local issues like our streets or roads, our public health, the services that city needs to provide. It's especially daunting given the fact that their state legislature made some decisions that are to result in Tempe having less money available. So I encourage you to look on our website, ambergfortempe.com. Thank you so much.
Yes. Hello, everybody. I'm Scotty Craig. Some of you may remember me from my talk at Dems and Donuts. I'm not here to talk to you about AI. I'm actually here to talk to you about our park events that I mentioned during that talk. So Beth Brimmer, who is the regional lead for Northeast Chamber, and I am the Southeast Chamber regional lead. We've been organizing park events to help mobilize and organize the community, bring in Democrats, to get them to sign petitions to meet candidates. I have one coming up in the 24th at Brooks Crossing. We're going to have another one in downtown Chandler next month in March. Now, one might ask for all of you, we need help. Beth and I are amazing, I assure you of that. But we can only do so much as one person or two people. The more people we have, the more we can do. We need you to sign up. So go to the calendar, you will find our events listed. Also, I will be posting in Slack for you to sign up. Thank you, everybody, or you can just reach out to me now.
All right, next one, yes, and I forgot to announce when I was up earlier that my conversations with Contreras is on Friday at Brick Road Coffee. So if you want to come down and chat with me about other things going on at the Capitol, come on down at from 4 to 6 at Brick Road there in Tempe. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. I know we ran a little late. This was a great night. So at this time, I'm gonna go ahead and close the meeting at 8:20 p.m. But, oh yes, and just make sure you push your chairs in and leave it the way you found it.